Leron McGee. I have a nonprofit called From Me Unto Unity, and I'm here today to speak in lieu of what happened on Saturday night at Atlantic Station. Since 2020, I have been submitting proposals about the child neglect laws, the Georgia child neglect laws, enforcing that in the city of Atlanta. When we're dealing with children, we all know that you need supervision. And the problem that we're having with our youth, hold on, let me go back. The main reason why I sent the proposal in was the situation that we had with the water boys after the young man had got killed due to the issue with the water boys. And I sent the proposal in to make steps to say, hey, let's put adult supervision with the water boys and to have a training session before they go out. So it would, keep down the crime and would help with the kids, running in the street as children do, because they're young, they're immature. So what I would do in the next week before the full council meeting, I will put together another proposal that will outline how we can implement this Georgia child neglect law into the city of Atlanta and help with our kids, and put a social service side to it too, to add a social service side so we won't incriminate the parents. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Next, DeJuan Robinson.
Chairperson of committee, can I ask to let someone go before me, the mother of the little boy who got killed, that the Publix is coming in now. She's coming in, so I don't want my time to be, so is it okay if I let someone else go before me?
Is she on the list?
She's speaking with me.
Okay. You can go ahead and have a seat, and I'll go through the list, and you can come up. You said she's en route here, or?
She's coming.
Okay.
Took those security downstairs now.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and have a seat, and I'll go through some more and then come back to you. Thank you. Leonard Dungy.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm here to represent my organization, Hope Hustlers. We are a violence prevention organization in the city, and we are part of a national movement that is evidence-based, and it has proven to reduce violence in other cities as well as here in Atlanta. And I'm just here to speak on behalf of myself and other community-based organizations that are already in your city doing work. There is funding for it. We're in the process of receiving it, but I just wanted you to know that we are present and we are doing work in the city. We just need to duplicate ourselves. I'm not going to take up a whole lot of time. Councilman Amos and I have some concerted efforts in the West End right now, and I'm glad to meet some more council members and let you know that we are here. We do have the ear of the community, and we approach violence as a disease. We treat it like it's a public health issue, and so we fight it just like we would COVID. And the three ways to do that is to first, to interrupt the transmission, which is reaching out to those highest risk individuals through school or the community. Secondly is prevent the spread, and the way we do that is providing them with their 5 basic needs, them and their families. If their families are whole, they're less likely to commit violence, they're more likely to go to class. The third thing we do is we have to change group and social norms, and we do that by providing opportunities, whatever they may be, and mentoring throughout the community. That's what we do. Just wanted to introduce myself, and thank you for your time.
Thank you. I recognize we have been joined by our Vice Chair, Councilmember Amos. Next, I have P. Berth. Someone signed up as P, the letter P, Berth. Chris Brown. Chris Brown, are you present? Keith Lewis.
Good afternoon, Council. My name is Keith Lewis, and I'm the founder of I'm a Father First. And basically, I'm just here because I saw DeJuan post about this meeting. I'm kind of just at hurt like everyone else about what's going on. During the pandemic, our organization, we worked with the Water Boys. We hired a lot of those young men. We provided resources. We provided scholarships. We fed over 250,000 meals of love throughout the city of Atlanta. And then post that, most recently we just did an event with Mayor Dickens and Councilwoman Overstreet over at the Andrew and Walter Young YMCA. And it was totally to address a youth task force in which we've been, congregating people together. I serve on the board at the Carl Sanders YMCA. But really, I just think we need to come with collective support from you guys to get all the individual organizations together. I hear a lot of pleas and things for everyone's individual, what they feel they can do and provide. But I think we need more of a collective unity where there's standalone meetings where people are actually putting in some type of divisive plan. So we're just offering our support. What we do individually is cool, but as a whole, the community hurts. Everyone has their own idea of a solution, but I think at this moment, the unity that is needed in this community is most important. So I just encourage you guys to, hold some type of meeting for the brothers and sisters in here with organizations that actually want to do the work consistently. We can kind of put our individual resumes to a side and just work on the collective plan. So I'm just here in support of unity in this whole community, the city of Atlanta. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next is Antoine Seymour.
Hello, how everybody doing? I just want to say thank y'all for giving us this platform. I'm Antoine Seymour. I have an organization as well, and I'm picking back off all the men just spoke up. We're out here doing the work, and our whole thing is we need to form a real coalition so we are not separate. Everybody know what's going on at the same time. We shouldn't have to wait till tragedies happen in our community for us to act and say, here, we're out here doing the work. I have a 24-hour organization. We're very active in the schools, the homes. I talk to the kids. I deal with the kids every day. We just took some kids to the sporting events. So the organization that we have and that we deal with are very effective, very effective. And we just need more resources. We can't just keep talking, and we keep losing our kids. This is our community. These platforms are good to have, but what come out of these platforms? Me and my brother Keith, we just left doing another event. We do things every day in our community, but we need more help. We can't just keep talking, because the more we talk, the more babies we lose. So we need to form a real coalition that we can have hands-on, the resources, the money. All these buildings in Atlanta is empty. We have organizations that can use these buildings, that can house some of these kids, that can eliminate some of these problems. So let's eliminate some of this talking. Let's get some of this action down. And for the mother who just lost her son, I'm a father myself with 3 sons, and I can't even imagine getting that phone call. But once again, what are we going to do about it? This is happening too much in our community. What are we going to do about it? Thank you.
Thank you. Going back to DeJuan Robbins.
Committee, to everyone in the room, this is the mother. I had some time donated to me, Council. I don't know if you were able to see it, Chris Brown. But this is the mother of the young man. I'm sorry, I've been knowing them pretty much my whole life, just the grandmother and the aunts. This mother reached out to me several times for help for her son. Unfortunately, we don't have the full support from the city, as many may think. And she asked for help. And we didn't have the proper resource to help a 12 and 13-year-old boy in the inner city. And it's a crime shame. Secondly, this is not for you guys, this is for the city of Atlanta and everybody who's watching. You can't have kids being killed and we don't have the city council member who represent their district at the press conference. These are boys, mothers and fathers who voted for this man, and he was not there, and we brought the superintendent out there, and we didn't bring the city council out there. We got that wrong, and we got to stop exiling people who didn't vote for you and support you and not doing that. We got to stop doing that. We are losing our babies out here, and we playing politics, man. But I want to bring the mother up here and the grandmother, whoever want to speak, because mothers like her ask for help, and the city failed to help them. So when they tell y'all these gyms are open, no, they not. Not for kids that won't help, and not for parents that won't help. She was humble enough to say, hey, I need help. Can you help me? And at that point, we got to be able to help them. I got to be able to come to y'all. I didn't even invite the whole community out here to make a spectacle out of this. I invited the mother and the grandmother and the aunts and the community leaders to try to get y'all to understand, because I don't want to pack this house up and have people here arguing and screaming and we get nowhere. But these people need help out here. And we just seen that Saturday night. And we got to do something about this. This is public safety. We got to do something about this. And the main thing we need, and we said it a couple years ago with weak administration, we need curfews. These young people need to be in the house. Make them go in the house. Damn if we do, damn if we don't. Like they need to be locked up. We better than to be locked up than dead. We can't have it both. We cannot have it both ways. We can't. I'm a black man from the projects, and I'm saying at that point they need to be locked up as opposed to being in the graveyard. Make a curfew, council.
Say something. My name is Erica. I called everybody I could. I called them. I asked for help. I said, I have a 12-year-old son who did not have a father. I worked 2 jobs. I'm a single mom. I have 5 kids. I'm not blaming it on the single parent because the daddy wasn't in life, but I still had to do it. I worked at 2 jobs. I lost my second job. I didn't have a babysitter for my kids. I had my kids coming to work with me. So that's how I lost my second job. I couldn't stay at home and hold Zion hand, but I tried. I reached out to him. I work at the school. The social worker have tried. I called the police on my son. I know my son, he come in the house late. I called the police several times. I said, could y'all please lock my son up? I can show y'all text messages. Lock him up so he can know how I feel to be sat down. Please, they told me. He gotta have a point system. I gotta take my son to the juvenile system, to get him somebody to help him. I said, what 12-year-old son, running the streets gonna come with me? Can I come by myself and give y'all information? Y'all go find my son. They told me, no, we cannot help you. My son about mental illness. He had to take pills. It was my fault. I stopped giving him pills because he had a bad allergic reaction at school one day. I had to take 5 EpiPens, and that scared me. I thought I was going to lose my son then. So I stopped giving him medicine. That's why he didn't take the medicine, but he was fighting mental illness. I tried, y'all. I called the police office almost 30 times. 30 times in the last 2 years. They told me they can't do nothing. I said, he's out breaking these folks' cars. Could y'all please get him off the street to set him down, let him know, but somebody killed my son. And I can give y'all this police officer number. I talked to him 7 days ago. And I said, I'm begging you, could you get my son in custody? He said, I can take him down to the juvenile system all day. It's up to them to keep him, and they're not going to keep him. He had to really hurt somebody for them to keep your son, but now he's hurt. I wanted him to feel it. I'm hurt. I wanted him to feel how it feels to be set down, let you know this is life, Zion. But now I'm feeling hurt. My son is gone. I don't have no son no more. He's gone. And I cried out for help. I cried out for it, y'all. I promise y'all, I cried out for it. But I felt my son. I felt my kids. I felt myself. I felt like I didn't do enough. But I cried. And I cried. I called him when I was at work. I cried, y'all. I cried. Because y'all, please help. Help these young boys while they still got a chance, because I don't have a chance no more. I don't. You want to talk?
You want to talk? You got it? Come on. You sure?
I'm his grandmother. I have 17 grandkids. I have 17. I just lost my son a year ago, a pancreatic cancer. I lost my sister 6 months ago, cancer. I lost my father last month. And now I just lost my grandson. I can't take it no more. For the past 7 days, y'all, my grandson was with me at my house every single day, every day. I tried to save him. I said, Zion, stop breaking in people's cars, Zion. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. He surrounded his people. He surrounded himself with older people that was older than him, 17 to 18-year-old. I went to these people's mother. My grandson is 12 years old. He shouldn't be hanging with y'all kids. You know, can y'all please let my grandson come around here? Send him home. Send him back around here. Don't let him hang out, you know. This particular day, my father's been gone a month. I haven't been to my father's house since he died. My father stayed at Conyers. He was on a chair when I left home to sleep. I drove to my father's house in Conyers. My daughter called me and said, Mama, where you at? So I'm gone. She said, where's Zion? I said, when I left, he was on the chair asleep. Zion, don't go out the house, Zion. By the time I got back, he was gone. He was gone. Then we got the call that he was dead. Not only was my grandson confused, he lost his granddaddy, and he lost his uncle that was taking care of him. I guess that kind of had a mental effect on him. He was going through something. We reached out. We tried to call. I even called the police. Please lock him up. Please lock him up. I begged them. So you saying that my grandson got to go out here and kill somebody or get killed before y'all can lock him up? He dead now. He can't be locked up now. He dead. The system have failed us again. Again.
Jesus. I stood before y'all, how many years ago, Moy? About 7 years ago. I'm Peaches. I'm Big Peaches from the streets. I stood up 7 years ago. Chief Shield wasn't even the chief then. I stopped one of the biggest wars that was going on in our community. Now, I feel I failed. I pushed away because y'all didn't give me what I want. I begged 7 years ago for recreation centers. I told them they won't be able to pump their gas. Come on. We losing. Every day we losing. It don't affect the system until it knocks on your front door. The violence. We might not be able to stop it, but we can control it. We can control it. We can control this now. I come back. I'm breathing on 80%. I barely can move. And I came because this is my family. We ain't gonna put a shame on what he did. We're gonna put a shame on what y'all can do to stop it. We're gonna have to change. Come on. Y'all got to put the pens to work. I ain't come for no money. I come for a solution. I don't need to be funded. I need a solution. This is my city. I've been here 5 decades in these streets. I walk these streets. I've seen the best come and the best go. But I have never witnessed the systematic killing that these kids are doing. So you got to think. I want all y'all to close your eyes on the panel. If you could do that for me. Imagine, now come on, close your eyes for me. Imagine going into the grocery store shopping. Imagine you got your baby son with you. And you come out the store. You've been robbed from your child. Then what gonna happen? Then what gonna happen? You can't worry about sending them to prison. But it'll help. It'll help. Come on, man, we need curfew. When I was coming up, we had curfew. We had transit officers. We got to buckle up, man. Whatever we got to do to hire more security, more polices, we're going to have to do this to save our city. If we don't save our city, it's game over. I don't care what position y'all got. It's game over. They don't care about it. They ain't scared of nothing. When you get in your mind that you ain't afraid of nothing, you know what that feel like. So we all facing it. Whether y'all put the pen to work, whether we get these centers open for these people with organizations, open up these centers. All men ain't thugs. Everybody don't want to be a gangster. Everybody don't want to kill. Everybody don't want to rob. Everybody don't want to steal. We got to save our community. We got to save our community. I mean, I beg, I plead. Do you know how hard it is to take a family to come up here and tell y'all what's really going on with their family? They ain't sugarcoat nothing. They didn't put their son on a pedestal. She begged for help. She pleaded for help, and she didn't get it. She didn't get it. Y'all know that ain't right. That we got to protect it now. Now, I can leave today. It's going to be another murder. It's going to be another killing. Police is, hey, no disrespect. They move like they scared. They worry about high-speed chases. They worry about you ain't got no seatbelt on. They worry about who running the red light. Man, y'all better get these children. Y'all better get these kids. That's what you need to be focused on. You got to be focused on the children. Our near future, what we growing up, what we got to go up against. That's what we got to worry about. And you know, I respect y'all. I respect it. Because, hey, we're going to have to do better. We got to do better. We got to get these polices out here. We need curfews. 7 o'clock. The children need to be in the house. But don't think I'm a saint now. 6:30, 7 o'clock. 3 strike, mama. I had them knocking on my mama door. I was a trouble teen. They knocked on my mama door. They threatened to lock her up. If I couldn't change, my mama was going to jail. So get what my mama said. We got deadbolt locks. Hey, street light, come on. You in the house. I ain't going to jail for you. So it works all type of ways. We got to try one of the solutions, though. Because they just killed somebody at a candlelight vision yesterday. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Y'all give us something. Give us something to work with. Y'all give us something to work with. I plead in the blood of Jesus. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Please give us something to work with. Give us something to work with. Give us something to work with. God knows. I preach at all the funerals. I'm the pastor in the streets. I'm in the funerals. I don't preach that. Babies. Babies. But all I can say, I pray to God they don't knock it down one of y'all doors before y'all feel it. And that's the end.
Lastly, let me say this. The family is not begging for this service, but De'Erica did have insurance on her son. But you have to have insurance for 2 full years in order for it to kick in. So this is why they put a GoFundMe page out there. She did have insurance policy on him, but at this moment, the insurance is not going to pay because it wasn't 2 years in full. So the family do need help. And I mean, this is one of the reasons why we come down here. Man, we have to deal with this because we from the streets. Y'all don't see this. So we have to deal with this every day in the streets. So when I be telling y'all, stop giving these organizations the money and they ain't doing nothing, I be dead serious. I ain't down asking y'all for no money, but give it to the people that really want to do right in these streets, because I swear y'all don't have to deal with this, man. We've been dealing with administration after administration that don't know how to say they don't know how to help. I don't want to say they don't want to help, but they not man or woman enough to say, hey, we don't know how to help. Can you help us? This is one reason why I do respect you, Mayor, and I always say this. When you was running for mayor, you told me certain things you didn't understand. You said, but DeJuan, you from that side of town, you understand. So you help these people. That was one of the main reasons why I supported you, because you humbly said, Hey, I'm from Buckhead, you from Bankhead, I don't know. But we're gonna get the people that do know. And that's all it takes. Everybody don't know how. Solomon was named the wisest man in the Bible because he asked God when he was named king. God said, what do you want? He said, I don't want nothing but show me how to lead your people. That's all he asked for. And because of that, God said, you will have everything in the world you want because you only asked for me to show you how to lead your people. And that's what we got to do, man. We got to take better care of these youth. And I know it starts at home, and it starts with APS, but we over here because you guys can put this curfew together, and that's what we need. And we need to hold those accountable across the yard to stop saying these gyms are open for such and such thing. We got to make them really be open. You guys got to drive over there and make sure they open because I tell you, they are not open for these kids. They are not. Man, these kids are really suffering. I'm talking about when I was a kid growing up in Bowen Home, you couldn't get a gun. If you ask an older person for a gun, they would say, for what? Y'all better go fight it out. Ain't no gun, but these kids got access to big guns. And some of these mothers, like she said, they can't control them when they get to that age with them guns, and you got 4 or 5 other kids, so they do need help. And some of them are humble enough to say, hey, I need help. And these teachers are really not trying to help these kids when they get to a certain point. And when you become a teacher in the school system, school is the child's second home. That's the place you spend your most awake hours at. At home, you're sleeping for 6, 7, 8 hours. School is where you spend your most awake conscious hours at. So when you become a teacher, a principal, or any leadership, you are the second parent. You are the second parent. Regardless, you don't want to sign up for it, yes, you are. You are the second parent. You're supposed to know when this child walk in the door, if he or she have eaten. You're supposed to know if the mother worked night shift, if the mother, you're supposed to know these things. That's what the counselors are there for. We have to do a better job because about 2, 3 years ago it was 15 and 16. It's 12 and 13. They are fascinated with these guns at 10, 11 years old. It's getting younger and younger, and they don't know how to shoot. We all adults. When you shoot a gun at that age, you don't know if the gun's gonna go up, down, left, and right. You aiming right there at Howard Shook, you hitting Julian Bond because you don't know the gun gonna jump. They don't know that, they babies. We gotta get these guns out these babies' hands. Even if we have to, like she said, make rules to hold the parents accountable. Like, we gotta do something. We cannot just keep allowing this to happen in this city. This is not a black or white thing, this is a human thing. Like, we gotta care about humans at this point. Like, we got so many issues out here, but we got to care about that. Pad is another one. A woman died in front of Pad Doe due to freezing temperatures, hypothermia. But this is an organization that we giving millions to. Like, y'all, we got to wake up and just really start checking folks at the door because we are losing people in this city.
Go ahead and wrap up your comments, Mr. Robinson.
Thank you for allowing us to go over. We really appreciate it, but I really hope you guys hear us and pass this legislation before the new year over with, for a curfew, because these kids will be out once again for the Christmas break, and we don't want nobody else losing their lives or getting their cars broken into for their hard-on. Like, we got to stop this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes, I'll have signed up for public comment. We will now move on to our presentations. First up, we have the Atlanta Police Department Biweekly Update. Deputy Chief Peak, welcome.